You're looking a little pale. What? Are you perchance deficient in vitamin B? Matthias, no! Welcome to Flamebait dating sim. Apparently this was released as an April Fool's joke like years back. Let's just get into it. Welcome to the Flame Jam. It's good to have you on board. It's busier than ever this year, so we made these cute little name tags for everyone to carry. Could you please write your name here or press the enter key if you can't be bothered? What do you want everyone to call you? Lion. Oh, Lion. That's a good name. Looks pretty neat in that glittery orange ink. Yeah, I know. Look, it's the last pet I had lying around. Cut me some slack. I just work here because I want to meet cool devs. Could you tell me which pronouns to jot down here? Yeah, let's go with they, them. Yep, that seems about right. They, them? Or is your handwriting Giuseppe? Don't call me out. I know that my handwriting is horrible, but please. I kid. You should be all set now. Go on, event starting soon. Unless you want to be that one person holding up the crowd for no good reason. It's with a nervous gulp that you push past the counters and through the short hallway. You're finally in. A massive hall sprawls out before your eyes. The rooms which once held various educational and cultural expos now hold an eye-boggling amount of tables and extension cables. So many cables, in fact, that you see someone trip over them every other second, like an unruly piece of spaghetti code. They tangle ominously and eventually disappear off somewhere. For a moment, you pity the IT guy who has fixed all of this. But then the excitement of being here takes over again as you're reminded of the event you're attending. The most prestigious, long-running, ambitious game jam of the year, the Flame Jam. Located in the middle of actual nowhere, Sweden, and hosted by a talented team of 5 developers and a mysterious cat. There's a grand prize of fermented fish, a whole array of skilled devs who are ready to sink their teeth into their project any second, and some acceptable music humming in the background. To say you're excited is an understatement. Oh! Speaking of which, you catch a glimpse of the flame devs near the central stage in all their fiery glory. Oh my god, they're all cute. Your heart skips a beat. They are far more attractive than the profiles on the website ever suggested. Faces aligned with determination, surrounded by the subtle awkwardness that comes with being a dev in the first place. You're entranced. Hushed whispers ripple through the crowd around you, a testament to the buildup of excitement in the room. As you catch another glimpse of the devs on the stage, you pause. The leftmost man, exuding blonde, Swedish countryside farmer energy, looks awfully familiar. Not in a good way. Soon your stomach sinks low as you realize that this specific blonde with this crinkling blue eyes and cheeky grin is nobody other than your high school sweetheart. Breaker of hearts, music connoisseur extraordinaire, excessive consumer of unholy vape flavors such as peanut butter and pizza crackers. Victor! Why pizza crackers? Why would you consume pizza cracker flavored vape? I say as I'm looking off to the side to my syrup flavored. God damn. Your first instinct is to shrink back into the crowd, hoping he didn't notice your awkward staring. Then comes the urge to bolt straight out of the room. Something tells you you shouldn't be feeling this embarrassed, but you can hardly keep yourself. How did you not notice this sooner when you browsed their profiles? Before you can make up your mind, the signature screech of a microphone being adjusted cuts through the room chatter until a distinctively warm, airy voice begins talking. The comforting tenor belongs to a man you presume to be the CEO himself, Matthias. Wait, is it a cat? Oh, that's Matthias. Yeah, I see most of you have made it here in one piece. Good. A few lone cheers erupt from the back of the crowd as he seems to scan the room, take in the amount of attendees. I won't bore you with the administrative rigmarole. We all know why we're here and that we need to be more or less civil with each other in order to make this work. Well, we do have a little surprise for you this year. His eyes twinkle with excitement. How would you like to join our flaming hot crew for this jam? The crowd roars. That's right. We'll pick one name at random from all participants, and one lucky winner will be able to hop on board and join us to enjoy the jam. Your heart feels like it's drumming to Norse black metal. Everything happens a little too quickly for you to process. The screams, the projector flashing on to reveal the randomizer program, the devs waiting to press the button just long enough to drive the crowd wild, and the slow shuffling of letters to reveal a name that looks very much like yours. But surely this can't be right. It has to be some sort of fever dream already, and now events and words blur into a thick, barely coherent mass that swirls around your mind. Could this really be happening? Matthias calls out your name once and then twice. His voice is trapped under a knot in your throat, unable to answer. And it's just as he's about to give up and re-randomize the name that your hand shoots up and you muster the strength to yell out, "I volunteer as tribute!" All eyes are on you, including all pairs of eyes belonging to the Flamebait crew, who observe you with varying degrees of curiosity. So you are. If you didn't know better, you think he just held himself back from telling a joke of the dad variety. But then he motions you up the stage and you find yourself wandering up next to them, sweating so profusely that you have to wipe your hands several times on the fabric of your pants before accepting any form of handshake. Welcome on board, Lion. He flashes a smile worthy of a toothpaste advertisement. Before we get you introduced to the team, how about we announce this year's theme? Matthias shoots the man with a loose man bun and far too fancy a suit, a knowing look, and said man steps forward with a little orange envelope. He tears through it with practiced fluidity and eventually unfolds a sheet of A4 with a single word printed on it, holding it out for all to see. This year's theme is baguettes? Okay. What? While the crowd busies itself with confused laughter and chatter about what just got announced, you turn to catch a peek of the man with an envelope. He's staring right back, little eyes unwavering, so intense that you forget to breathe for a second. It's as if he's looking right through your very being. You can't figure out what he's thinking at all. You don't dare blink. In fact, it's starting to strain your eyes. You're getting to that very strange point where your competitive streaks forbids you from losing this impromptu staring contest. And oh wow, you're uncomfortable. It's him who turns away first, expression unreadable. So I win! What's my prize? Do I get a kiss? Can I get a kiss? Can I get a kiss from everyone? Can I kiss everyone? Is that a thing I can do? God. Victor's the one who pulls you out your reverie with a very, very awkward tap on the shoulder.
Yo.
His smile is so forced that you feel compelled to return it. An uncomfortable silence immediately seeps in between you. Quick, need to say something smart. Hey! Okay, never mind. You okay? He asks tentatively, in the same way he always did. You feel nostalgic, if not for how strange everything seemed right now. We're on our way down. You coming? Yeah, of course. Be right there, Victor. Yeah, I'll be right there with ya. Yeah, with 5 hot guys. I want to date the cat. Once you're away from the prying eyes of the crowd, you can breathe a little easier. You follow behind the team, scuttling to a more secluded table. Everyone then proceeds to flop with the grace of hippos into tiny wooden chairs that might as well be for primary school kids. Truly, peak comfort and back support. You can already feel every joint in your body protest. Among the exceedingly polite Swedish banter going around, some of your new teammates turn to face you, smiling. Which one? Oh, it's these two. One of them is Matthias. The other bears a striking resemblance to him, though he seems less flamboyant than the CEO himself. Lion, let us introduce ourselves properly and give you an idea of what exactly you got yourself into. I don't know. His laughter is warm and infectious in a way you can't explain. I'm the boss man around these parts, but we technically don't do the boss man thing, so you're free to call me what you wish. We're all just buddies here. Right. Matthias. He tests the name with a touch of uncertainty. Yeah, Adam Bite. He's so charming. You're almost wary of it. Oh no, I suspect not. Your nervousness makes you want to reach down to fiddle the hems of your shirt. Suddenly, his eyes flash at you with something you can only describe as mischief and a hint of amusement.
Aww.
You know something? You're looking a little pale. What? Are you perchance deficient in vitamin B? Matthias, no! He's straight up finger gunning at you now! What if I am Disable's future? You silly bean. It's clear he didn't expect your reaction to be so strong. So easily flustered. But I'm just joking, of course. You're left with the most confused blush adorning your cheeks and a strong desire to retract your head straight into your body. I wasn't expecting that. Clearly. His lips quirk into something of a smirk. That is, until his lookalike shoots him a quick glance, muttering something along the lines of behaving himself. Matthias then winks one final time. Sorry, not my best pickup line. I'll come up with better ones for you later. Don't worry about my brother. Man in blue swoops right in to save you from further embarrassment. He seems mildly amused too, not unlike his brother, but mostly apologetic. He holds out his hand for you to shake. He has the solid grip of a programmer who has transcended the concept of stress itself.
Hey.
Nicholas, I'm the one who deals with the unruly code around these parts. You return the introduction with a nod. I have an important question for you, Lion. You play board games or wield a sword, or maybe you're one for grueling strategy campaigns that last months on end. Further confusion floods your senses. What do you ask? We shall duel. One of us must come out on top. He's dead serious, and you wonder if this is the way he usually starts conversations. You make a mental note to study up on world domination games later. That's a deal then. We'll duel! Duel! Nice. Well, contrary to his brother, Nicholas doesn't seem much for conversation. Either that or programmer's awkwardness is kicking in. He's content with the silence, but are you? Let's see. Tell him I'm good. There's no way I can kick his butt. I'm not that good at strategy. Ask him about his necklace. So, about the necklace you're wearing. What about it? Is there a story behind it? Someone special who gave it to you, maybe. Nicholas pauses, taking a moment to consider his answer. Not really. I don't attach a lot of sentimental value to these kind of trinkets. So, I just think it's neat. Well, he's a simpler person than expected, though that somehow doesn't make conversation much easier. The shuffle of chairs to bring you back to reality as another one of the devs approaches the three of you. There's a dignified, stoic air about him as he comes closer, one that has you sitting up a little straighter with your shoulders pulled back. You catch a whiff of coffee beans coming from his general direction, and now you're pretty sure that he's got the same crippling caffeine addiction that all people of this industry have the pleasure of experiencing. It would definitely explain how tired he looks right now, and that his hair is so perfectly brushed into place and shines in a way that makes most hair products brand jealous.
Hey.
It's about that time. The uptight image you had begun to build in your head instantly shatters. The mellowness in his voice is so natural and soothing that it brings a smile to your face. Hey. Gooseman, come say hi to our teammate. Oh yeah.
Hey.
He turns to face you. I'm the Gooseman, hunk, etc. What was your name again? Lion. It's nice to meet you, Goose.
Huh?
Is nobody going to mention his real name? No, it's more fun this way. The idea that you're the only one who doesn't know this is slightly embarrassing. You two sure know how to make a good impression. There's a hint of smile growing, but never reaches his eyes. It's Gustav. I'm the art director. At last! Now to make an attempt at casual conversation without sounding like a potato. It's pretty cool. Have any ideas for the game yet? I do, but it's hard to describe my complex artistic vision in just a few words. Damn. Being an artist sounds hard. He sighs, stuffing his hands deep in his pockets. You bet is. We're tortured souls, slaves to the whim of our creative minds, which sometimes decides to, in fact, not be creative at all. Then under the pressure of the ever-looming deadline, we pour our blood, sweat, and tears into the art until we realize in absolute horror that we start all over again, and the very thought haunts us and stops our brains from functioning, and so the cycle continues. Any coffee? Stat. Gotcha. Maybe we can grab coffee together later. Do you think that you're a bit crazy? Seize the bean juice. Maybe we can grab coffee together later.
What?
That took an unexpected amount of cojones. An amount you didn't think that you had in you, to be honest. He hesitates, slightly caught off guard. Sure, we can do that. Might be nice. There's that hint of a smile again, but this time it feels a little more genuine. Just as you begin settling down comfortably amongst your new companions, the remaining two flame devs turn their attention towards your little group. Among them, of course, is Victor. Anxiety slowly coils in the pit of your stomach. How are you supposed to tackle your introduction with him? You allow yourself a moment to take in just how much he's changed, and it's plain unfair. The years have been really kind to him, and worked some kind of miracle on his jawline to boot. His eyes, though tired, haven't lost their spark of energy in the slightest. Dusty old memories come flooding back, and although they don't hurt nearly as much, there's still a faint twinge in your heart. You hurry and look away, concentrating on the mysterious purple man instead. Purple man? Purple man? Is this more FNAF lore? There's something different about him, aside from his unique fashion senses, something you can't quite place. His eyes find yours very quickly, and much to your surprise, he smiles. This is suddenly a lot to take in.
Hey.
I'm glad we can finally meet. Who? Something about that doesn't feel quite right. He catches on to your confusion quickly and frowns. I mean Lion, excuse me. My name is Bangan. I take care of animation, mostly. Decided to let things slide for now. That was probably nothing worth worrying over. He's so polite. It's kind of endearing, and it feels great to finally have a name for every face around you. When you risk another glance in Victor's direction, so does Bangan. The tension doesn't go unnoticed, and you scramble to keep up a facade of calm. You two know each other already. Both of you rush to answer, words colliding before anything coherent can come out. Gustav's eyebrows dip low. Oh boy, you guys got history or something. Then a light goes on in his head. Wait, is this the line you were talking about at some point? This is them? This is turning some kind of messy really fast. It's cool, we're friends. Yeah, that's right. He beams, and for a split second, you forget all about the previous awkwardness. His smile is absolutely blinding. We just have some catching up to do. Ain't that right, Lion? Yeah, that's right. Please, don't get the wrong idea. That's cool. It's good you're already acquainted. It'll make teamwork that much easier. That being said, woo! Landmine skillfully avoided. Ah, yeah. So anyway, we need some grub. I'm not starting work without any coffee or food in my system.
Oh.
Right, food. The quick change of topics reminds you of your very empty stomach. It growls in a reminder of the breakfast you skipped this morning. Yeah, I agree. What are we getting? I know, just a thing. Gustav pulls out his phone and types a name into his browser at lightning fast speed. Oh, you're thinking about passions, aren't you? With an aggressive nod, he flashes the menu for you all to see. Mountains of greasy, delectable fast food. Prime game dev nutrition. Let's do it. Your stomach growls once more in approval, and once you all finish gathering up your essentials, you hit the road. Man, there's 6 of us here. Am I the cat? Because we've not seen a cat yet. I'd like to think that I'm the cat in the dungeon. Who knows? Crisp, icy air slips through the folds of your scarf. The walk towards Passion is windy and uncomfortable, but never once do any of the fiery men bat an eye at this. You're aware the Vikings are supposed to be used to this weather, but isn't this a bit too far below zero? You try to pick up the pace, hoping the exercise might help keep you warm. How did this all happen, by the way? You just shared the group in front of you. You're asking about Flamebait's dramatic backstory? Wait, who's gonna answer? Oh, it's Nicholas, and I forgot your name already. Nicholas raises an eyebrow, falling into a step next to you and Bengen. Something like that, I suppose. We were inexperienced nerds who happened to like making games and fire. Then it took off. We're still not sure why. Now we're slightly more experienced nerds. Huh. You say that, but we have moments where we run around like headless chicken. Indeed. Our tale was fraught with obstacles, tragedies, and hardships that we could only overcome with nerves of steel. Yeah, remember that one time we ran out of coffee? The banter goes back and forth. Watching them from the sidelines make you feel all warm and cozy inside. It's easy to see why they care deeply for each other as colleagues. Soon, your eyes pick up a different conversation ahead. Victor, Gustav, and Matthias are engrossed in a debate about the game's topic. Yeah, a narrative-heavy game is tough to complete in a short amount of time, but we have to be ambitious. This could be our thing. It's too inefficient. Let's not overscope like we usually do, man. I have to say, I'm with Goose on this one. Would be more fun to do something like a party game. Something chaotic.
Aww.
I can't believe you're bullying your boss. Oh, how will I recover from this? Matthias throws a peek over his shoulder, and when your eyes meet, he gives you a cheeky smile.
Hey.
Lion, I'm under attack. Help me here. Don't try to charm your way into getting them to back you up, you sleaze bag. Under attack? Really? As you debate on what exactly to answer, you notice Victor being eerily quiet. Something feels off, but you don't press it. You're almost there. Just a few minutes later, you arrive. The boys trickle into the locale. Instantly, your nostrils are assaulted by the scent of sunflower oil, mustard, and toasted brioche buns. Mouth-watering has commenced. It's a decrepit place, though. For a place called Passion, there sure isn't any passion put into the decor. Washed out plastic seats, dirty windows, and menus that somehow find it acceptable to use Comic Sans as a font. It's everything a student could want, really. But you think you're past that point in your life by now. What to choose, though? Decide on the Swedish classic. A Tunnbrödsröd. God, I really need a Swedish person to tell me how that's pronounced. A glorious tortilla wrap filled with mashed potatoes, sausages, and probably ketchup in there somewhere. Maybe some fresh herbs if you're lucky. Good choice. Behind you, Victor gives you a thumbs up. The silence still drags on for a little longer than you're comfortable with, but you end up returning a thumbs up. I'm experiencing true culture. Heck yeah! Return to your seat with one of the plastic platters, settling down as comfortably as possible in your seat. It's time to chow down. Now, who do you want to chat with while you scarf down your roll of mashed potatoes? I want to talk to Bangan.
Hey.
Lion. Bangan nods in you in between mouthfuls of food. He's eating so quickly that you feel queasy. Just look at him shovel down burger after burger without wasting so much as a single crumb is kind of impressive, to say the least. Hey, Bangan. We didn't get to talk much earlier. Do you... Oh no, how do you even phrase this politely and without calling him a slob? You enjoy food? Wow. You're such a poet, Lion. Just absolutely beautiful, Lion. God, I do. I cook as many fresh meals as possible. Home-cooked food is really important to me. His face lights up and you're caught off guard by how pleased he looks. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. I bet you even grow your own produce. Sometimes I do. I have a vegetable patch and a little orchard behind my house. A whole house with an entire orchard. I could bring some of my homegrown fruits for you to try if you'd like. I'd like that. Your lips involuntarily quirk into a smile, but when you look back at him, he's not looking at you anymore. His sharp eyes seem kind of lost, gazing off somewhere beyond you where you can't see. When you turn around, there's nothing there. And for the first time since you've met him, he seems a little sad. Is something wrong? Nah, nothing of the sort. His voice is a gentle whisper as he reaches for a napkin. Your eyes meet once more, and you feel that same shiver run down your spine. You get lost in his cerulean irises, swirling with ashen grays and murky browns, so utterly hypnotic that you lose track of time, and by the time you blink, he's already turned his focus elsewhere. Why does it feel like this keeps happening? It's so confusing. But he's not bad or a weird person, you think. You force yourself to take a bite of your roll that has long since grown cold and wrap up your meal without another word. And so, with minimal damage to your self-esteem, lunch slowly comes to a close. Well, with everyone's stomachs full, the trip back to Passions is considerably quieter and the urge to nap creeps up. We should make sure we grab keys to our rooms at the hotel, by the way. Victor reminds you that thanks to the very generous funding of the Flame Jam, all attendees gain access to the lovely accommodations next door to the venue. And by lovely, you mean it's falling apart and it's usually empty because no client enjoys their stay enough to warrant a second visit. Or so you hear. Surely it can't be that bad. We should. And straight back to brainstorming. Got a lot of work cut out for his gang. Speaking of which, we never asked you what you do as a game dev, Lion. What's your area of expertise? Uh-oh. Actually, I'm not sure.
What?
Huh? I've tried many different things, but I don't think I've settled on one title that fits me best. That's okay. You can just make up your mind while we brainstorm and see what you'd most like to help with. This idea quickly puts your racing heart at ease. It'll be a lot more fun if you can test the waters first. It's not like I'll make your final choice any easier, but you have to try. The rest of Walkback is just as numbingly cold, but this time the idea of the campfire motel's warmth keeps you going. The thought of gathering around the fireplace at the lobby with everyone is deeply comforting. The doors are already in plain view, calling your name, inviting you in, tempting you with their embrace. Reality, however, isn't as glorious as you'd imagine it to be. The air feels thick and stagnant. Beyond the dust hanging mid-air, afternoon light filters through thick, moth-in curtains, bathing the reception in a deceptively warm, comforting glow. Despite the golden dusky hues, there's a chill swirling around, likely from the poorly isolated windows, instantly break you out of your dreams of warmth. You suppress a sneeze and take in the rest of the locale. Stacks of old, untouched books, paintings that likely haven't been replaced in decades, and a couch that looks worthy of an afternoon nap. Well, actually, this place might not be so bad after all. Sure, the lack of an actual campfire is nothing short of heartbreaking, but you're sure that this place will treat you decently this week. Unbothered, Bangan makes his way to reception and pulls out a credit card with a flourish. The keys to the reserved flame rooms, if you please. Certainly. The man behind the counter takes the card and returns it promptly with a set of keys that's been decorated with glittery campfire-shaped charms. You've never felt more betrayed by an inanimate object. When he returns, the animator passes the keys around, and when he turns to face you, he holds out his empty hands, apologetic. I'm very sorry, Lion, but we failed to reserve you a room. Your heart sinks. Oh, it is unfortunate, but you'll have to pick a room to stay in. What? How? Oh no! You're sure that your face has cycled through several expressions by now, going from surprise to shock to embarrassment that only a high schooler could experience. But you fumble, unable to come up with a reply. That's a joke. I'm kidding. Banger produces one last key, seemingly out of thin air. What? The humiliation almost knocks the wind straight out of you. You need to make a conscious effort to keep your grip around the key. The urge to run and stick your head in the sand and forget about everything that just happened seizes you once more. But you have to stand your ground. You can't let a bit of embarrassment bruise your ego. Yeah, good one. Dude, not cool. I suppose that was a bit much. I'm truly sorry, Lion. Well, I suppose I can forgive you. On the other side, you're pretty sure the rest of the devs are trying their best to stay out of whatever just happened. Except Matthias, who's about to comment something but probably receives an elbowing in the side, courtesy of his brother. They certainly know how to keep you on your toes. You're ready to leave the icy building and blushing behind you. After all, there really is a busy week ahead of you. After a few more minutes of fumbling around, you make your way back to the venue, determined to brainstorm the best possible concept for this jam. It's alive with energy in there, with groups already forming around the hundreds of tables with a wide variety of people. Everyone is desperate to have enough programmers and artists on their team. On your end, the process has already begun. Papers are scattered over the table surface, markers drawing bold circles around hastily scrawled down words and concepts, and everyone is ready to pitch their ideas. What about you? Who are you going to hang out with the first part of the brainstorm? Bangan! Bangan, my boy! Bangan!
Hey.
As you spot a seat next to Bangan, he spreads a polite smile. Come sit down. He pats the empty space, and for some reason, as you make your way towards him, you feel shy. You know it's because of what happened at the hotel earlier. You can't really shake that feeling, but you don't want to let things grow cold and awkward. Hey. I really am sorry about earlier. That was unnecessary and did not mean to make you uncomfortable. You shake your head quietly. I scramble find some words to explain what you're feeling. I didn't mind.
What?
Excuse me. I mean, you don't have to apologize for... Well, this is going great. You're pretty sure he's misunderstood what you're trying to say. Maybe you're just lying to yourself and he's reading you like an open book. You can't decide which is worse. It's okay. I think I understand. Hold on just a minute. I won't judge you, Lion. This is what people like you play dating sims for, isn't it? For those butterflies in your stomach while we lead you on and keep what you truly want just out of reach. You want the thrill? For someone to toy with your feelings without any drastic emotional consequences? Or maybe you just want someone to reassure you and remind you. He cuts himself short. Something inside you goes icy. Your stomach tangles into nervous knots, and a cold shiver overtakes you again. You just said something really, really strange. You're not sure if you understand. Bangan? I've said too much. Shall we get started on the brainstorm? I've made note of some lovely works we can draw inspiration from. What? Don't change the subject. What were we talking about earlier? I want to know. I want to know the danger. Everyone who watches my channel knows how I feel about danger. It's best to forget that little exchange we just had. My animator brain just does strange things sometimes, and I need an outlet for that creativity. Doesn't seem like it's going to budge anytime soon. Defeated and overcome with worry, you release the breath you've been holding in. Alright. Sure. Whatever you say. The conversation ends too abruptly, and you're left with too many questions. But work must be done, and you both sift through a selection of game trailers, cartoon snippets, and storyboards as you collaborate with Gustav, intent on finding the perfect style. If the art director notices the awkwardness between the two of you, he doesn't mention it. Once the session is over, Bangan quickly sends a leaf, without so much as a glance in your direction, but you don't make a move to stop him. The first part of brainstorming is over and decide to regroup after a short break. Who will you join for the last part of brainstorming? Bangan! Bangan! I want more danger! I don't know what's up with the question mark though. Bangan! You make your way to Bangan, seated at the table. He stands up as you approach. Lion, let's stretch our legs for a minute. You glance at the table. Gustav's clearly hard at work and everyone else is coming back from their break. You sure? Goose needs a minute alone with his problems. You're not entirely sure that's true, but look at him. You can see Gustav is definitely beyond your help. The crackling crust, the springy crumb. Is he describing the baguette? Bangan starts walking away at a leisurely pace, and you inevitably fall into step beside him. It feels nice, maybe a little date-like. How does working with a team feel? It can be hard joining a group like ours, where you're the only new face. It's cool, everyone's being nice and welcoming. I'm glad. I know we can be strong personalities, but hopefully that's what you like about us. You nod. Bangan's look at you with his piercing eyes. Still, I'd like to get to know you better. What's team building? Would you mind if I ask you some questions? Sure. The response is automatic, but you can feel yourself growing flustered. Get it together. It's just team building. Sweet or savory? I love it salty. Give me savory. Is there anything you can't eat? I got some mild allergies, got some serious allergies. There are some things I won't eat. Some mild allergies. What's your favorite meal? Meatball and potatoes, herring and potatoes. Tunbrotsrull! I'm gonna say tunbrotsrull. I thought you were really enjoying eating at Passions. Yeah, sounds like you're gonna cook for me or something. Bangan smile, practically screams, "What if I am?" You move on quickly. What about you? Well, what's your specialty? What's your specialty in the kitchen? There are a few things, but right now I'm working on a pie recipe. Apple? Of course, as long as I'm getting fresh apples, I should use them. What about games? Bangan gestures a little, reminding you of your surroundings. The Flame Jam, the most prestigious, long-running, ambitious game jam of the year. Do you have a favorite genre? 3D No! No! Not 3D platformers. Do not put me through another 3D platformer. I do like open world games, especially if it's sprawling with life, okay? I don't like it when they're empty. Dating sims, maybe, sometimes. Action games, a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. Not platformers! Do not put me through a platforming sequence! I swear to God! And when did you get involved in game dev? For a little while now. I got into game dev a little while ago. I've still got some time to experiment. I feel like I'm being interviewed right now. Does it make you uncomfortable? No, but I think it's time I get to ask you another question. He comes in a little closer. What do you want to know? What sort of games are you into? What's your favorite thing about game jams? What sort of games are you into? All sorts. I'll play anything that's good. Platformers, action games, survival horror, rhythm games. Oh, heck yeah. Although I guess I've recently been interested in dating sims. He's looking at you with an intensity that makes your hair stand up on end. Looks like he's trying to burn a hole through you and see something on the other side. Other kind of games gives you a sense of accomplishment. Or they scare you in a safe way. Dating sims are meant to give you a feeling of connection to a person, even if that person isn't real. You're not sure when the two of you stop talking, but you're in some kind of hallway and there's no one else around. Real connection, even if it's someone who's not real. I think that's important. You're almost dizzy of how intensely Bangan is looking at you. I want to make those connections, real ones. Your breath is getting shallow. Does he talk about you? He turns away suddenly. Have you ever been talking to someone over the phone and felt strange? You're definitely talking to them. The connection is real, but it's not complete. Yeah. Your voice is barely a whisper. You're completely caught up in the strange hypnotic moment. Bangan turns slowly back, meeting your eyes. When did you wind up standing so close? You can see fine weave of his shirt, how long and delicate his eyelashes are. Lion, you feel more than see his hands reaching out until he's almost touching the back of your hand. Almost. Who is that? You've heard that name before. You know that name, right? Are you with me? You know somehow that this question isn't for you, or is it? But not completely. If you could just find the answer at the tip of your tongue. Automatically, your arm shifts. Bangan's fingertips brush the back of your hand. His fingers are cold, but the jolt that goes through your body is hot. Your cheeks are getting warm. Maybe later then. Sorry confusing you. The spell is broken. Suddenly, there's space and air between you, and you're not dizzy anymore. You probably delayed too long. Poor Goose is going to go crazy. You feel the blood drain from your face. We just left him, didn't we? Let's head back. His voice is soft and gentle and leads you back to your table at an easy pace. You don't know what's going on here, but it's easy to fall into Bangan's mysterious rhythm. But that means now it's time to go to work. Before you know it, the day has come to a close and it's time for everyone to wrap up. What a day it's been. The Flamebait devs turn to face you. I'm just spending all my time with Bangan. I don't know how they feel about this. The air is brimming with energy. There's only one thing left to do. Decide on what you want to work with, and with who. You could work on game design with Matthias and see what he's hiding behind his facade of bad jokes. Maybe you're more fit to be a programmer. Untangling spaghetti code and sharing obscure lore with Nicholas doesn't sound too bad. But what if animation is your calling? You could take it as an excuse to watch movies with Bangan. You could unleash your inner artist too and find out if Gustav will ever open his heart up to you. Or you could ditch everything and work on audio, maybe reconcile with Victor. You made a choice yet, Lion? Yeah, it's almost time to start for real now. Has your mind been made up yet? You're not sure. Maybe you could, but the nervous knot in your throat stops you from speaking out loud. We're happy to have you on the team, Lion. Hurry up, we don't have all day. The presence around you warms your heart. Today you take a deep breath. Who are you going to develop games and feelings with? Oh my god, it ends right there! No! No! Why? Why would you do this? The lore! I want to know the lore! Please! Anyway, that was Flamebait Dating Sim. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to play this game for yourself, there are about 5 routes can go down. And I don't know if it will ever be completed, okay? This was made as an April Fool's joke. But yeah, you can definitely check it out. Link to the game is in the description below. I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day as always. And I will be seeing you in the next video. I am not in pain. This is Lionel signing off. Ciao.